All right, bro. Today is going to be a little bit of a different episode because I don't think that we're necessarily just talking about one album,
Mm-hmm.
but more so the tour that we just experienced last night. And I'm talking about Don't Be Dumb for those of you that are dumb and can't read. Um, what did you think of the overall just performance, the production, um, and just the overall experience of this last night?
That's a good question. I'd give it like if I were giving it a grade, I'd give him probably like a B plus or at the very least an A minus. Production wise, that was a really greatly produced show. Um, I think the biggest thing was like the fucking helicopters, the storytelling behind it, like just from the mere fact that one, we stood there for 2 fucking hours. So, right, like we were standing around just waiting. Then we kind of could see the SWAT guys making their way somewhere, but we didn't know where, right? So that alone got everyone excited. That helicopter that was just sitting above us for the whole 2 hours that we were there, that got me excited. I think at one point somebody accidentally like let some fucking smoke out, and we all thought that meant something. We'd only been standing there like an hour and 15 minutes, so that got everyone excited. But I mean, from the moment that motherfucker stepped out I was about to say on stage, but he didn't step out on stage. He stepped out in the middle of the freaking crowd, mosh pitting with everybody else. Like that's what I would expect from an ASAP Rocky tour. Like that, and that's where I'm just like I've seen a lot of artists so far in my lifetime. But like they're not rage artists. They're not like mosh pitting artists. They're I don't know, Kendrick's, Beyonce's, like very I'm gonna stand here, I'm gonna go on stage, I'm gonna rock the fuck out of this mic, but that's about it. Like I'm gonna do my thing and then I'm out of here. You'll be lucky if I even acknowledge some of y'all in the crowd. So for this motherfucker to literally start it with us in the crowd, that was kind of crazy to me. Um,
Yeah, because I mean, this was my first experience, like VIP experience, I guess
yeah,
is what they called it. So we decided for ASAP Rocky that we wanted to try to be as close to the stage as possible. Um, we didn't know if there was going to be like ASAP crowd surfing. I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. Like I've seen videos in the past of like how ASAP does some of his concerts, but this totally blew my mind. Like the show started with like SWAT guys coming into the crowd, like up in the upper levels, like shining flashlights, and like
yeah,
there was like a sound going through the arena where it was like, "Where's ASAP? Where's ASAP?" And it looked like these SWAT guys were looking for ASAP. And then next thing you know, 10 feet in front of or behind us at the time, ASAP is inside the crowd, fucking moshing with the fans. It was such a dope experience. What a way to kick off a show too, because you know we're sitting here staring at the stage, thinking that's where he's gonna come out first,
yeah.
and he's 10 feet behind us, just moshing.
What you had asked, you were like, "Why is everyone turning around?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know," but everyone else is facing this way, so let me just face this way. Um, Not once did I think that this motherfucker was about to literally just appear out of nowhere and just start again, to your point, moshing in the crowd, and then to go from the actual pit to the stage, and then to perform on that fucking helicopter for what 10-15 minutes, like that was pretty legit.
Yeah, because that's I mean, he went from the mosh to the helicopter and rode the helicopter to
Yeah.
the stage. It's fucking really cool to see. I mean, he was above us for a couple minutes, just performing, dude. It was everything that I could have expected and then more. Like,
Yeah.
um, because I'm not usually one that needs to be like right there up on the stage or anything like that. Like I like to just be able to see everything that's going on. But for that concert in particular, dude, I felt like it was sort of tailored to the people that were there on the floor.
Yeah.
Like they definitely got the best experience.
It's funny you say that though, because I'm like, the few shows that I have gone with you, we always get to you're like, you don't need to be that close on the stage, but you're like Erie, and I'm just like, y'all say that, but then when the time comes, you're like, you want to get closer? You want to get closer? Closer? And I'm the type of motherfucker that's always like, hey, I'm just here to go with the flow. So I don't care if we're up against the bar, if we're in the back, if we're in the middle, like whatever you want to do, let's just fucking do it. But it's funny because I think I'm like, I often say that, but the most fun I ever have is when I'm the closest to the fucking stage.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think it's just the energy of the people that, like, or want to get as close to the stage as
yeah,
possible. Like, those people really make the difference, and last night, we weren't in, like, the best group of people, like, they weren't really moshing or anything like that. It was just, like, who could get the closest to the stage is
yeah,
really what it was, and, like, we ended up, like, literally right behind, like, one group of girls, and, you know, shout out to them too. They were fucking stood there the whole night, dude,
yeah.
did not give a fuck. They were, just as sweaty as what we were, but yeah, man. I shouldn't have said that I don't like getting close to the stage because I
You do,
pretty much do every single time.
you do. Because I'm like, had we been in the pit for Kendrick, I'm like, I know for a fact we would have been right up there on the fucking stage again,
Yeah.
like, as opposed to just being on the floor. So
But the other cool thing about you and I when we're there that close is like we're not like pulling out our phones and trying to like live in that experience. We're just like that's what I feel like a lot of the people that get as close to the stage want to do is like
that's what
get that
irritates me.
best image that you could.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I pulled out my phone a couple times last night and got some fucking crazy videos. Wore the Ray Bans, the metas last night. Got some awesome videos off that too. So like, there is a way to do it where you're still experiencing the show, but you can get like some good content.
But bro, there was this dude behind me or next to me. I don't know at what point, but his phone was just like this in front of me the whole time, and I was like, 9 fucking minutes. You've been recording for 9 minutes in one video, and I know you're constantly taking your phone in and out, in and out. So I was just like, have you even watched the show? Like, that's my biggest thing is I'm all for getting a cool video. I'm all for getting like pictures and shit for memories. But whenever I go to any show, I tell people that all the time. I'm just like, I didn't come here to record this shit. Like, I'm not bootlegging this to go sell videos at the barbershop. Like, I came here to actually experience something. And I mean, God forbid I get like dementia or some shit or Alzheimer's. Like, I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life, right? Like, a
Yeah,
a
and that, and
video
even
is
if
just something for me to kinda, like, when I'm going through my phone, "Oh, fuck, yeah, I do remember." Because bro, those videos from Rolling Loud pop up, and I literally get a smile on my face every goddamn time I see one. Because 'cause I'm
dude,
just
because it
like,
wasn't even really us taking the videos. Like
"Mm-mm."
we pulled out our phone a couple times, but like I mean, we were living in the moment and you could see it. Like it was, such
And
a
that's
good
how
time.
last night was to me. So, like, for me,
Yeah.
I was just like I maybe got one video and then like two pictures. By the time I wanted to like start taking my phone out, and we were just too compact. So I was just like, and like you had a good post up with your arm, so you could still like maneuver your
hmm
phone and shit. But at one point, my hands were just like this. So I was like,
Bro,
all
that's
right,
that's the cheat code that I figured out too. Like if you get in the second row, like there's one person in front of you, and you put your arm up there on like the barrier
yeah,
between the stage and the crowd, dude, it's like a cheat code. I had like a good 2 foot worth of space the whole night.
bro. And the chick in front of you literally had no one really bumping into her because you
Yeah,
were
she was
like,
cool about it. I told her,
yeah,
I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure nobody's up on you, but just let me keep my arm right here." And she was
yeah,
like, "For sure."
yeah.
And fucking, so it was definitely a cool experience. Um, I've never been that close to the artist though. Like we were right there on the stage.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Not in that type of environment. Like music festivals, yeah, I feel like we were pretty fucking close for Baby Keem at Rolling Loud.
Yeah,
Not
we were
the actual concert, but the Rolling Loud tour, or festival that we went to. I feel like we were right. That motherfucker could have spit and would have got right in my eye. And that's how it was for Rocky last night. Like there were a few
for
times,
sure,
bro. There were a few times where he was like, I don't know if it was the chick right in front of you or the chick that was right in front of me, but where he was like making eye contact and was
oh
like,
yeah,
"I love you" and this, that, and the other, and they were like,
yeah. That's the thing. He could have pulled any
close.
chick he wanted to last night.
Yeah.
Like he was in, which also an absurd amount of bras got thrown up on the stage.
I didn't know that was a thing for ASAP Rocky. Yeah,
Dude,
like there was some. Like I'm not trying to be judgmental, but there were some big ass bras in there too. That was my like that pink bra that he held up. I was just like,
that's a big bitch. But but did you see like on the helicopter he rode in on? It looks like that's going to be a part of the theme because they had them like
they had bras up there.
they had bras
Yeah,
on the helicopter like mounted to it. So like I'm sure by the end of that damn fucking tour, he's gonna have that whole thing covered in bras.
bras. Do
But
you,
some of them bras look fucking busted. Some of y'all chicks need to fucking take a trip to Victoria's Secret or something.
All I'm
Because
saying is, if I'm throwing a bra up there, I ain't gonna throw my best goddamn bra either. So I understand, girls.
well, I wouldn't have thrown my worst one up there either, and that's what some of these bitches were doing. Things look aged.
Nah, at what point he held up that little chicken cutlet thing and just like,
Oh my
whichever one of
god.
you bitches threw this up here, y'all know y'all wrong for that.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience,
Do
but
you think that, because I was looking at that's always my favorite thing to do too, is watch like people. And so I was watching a lot of the people that were in the seats, like in sections 100, sections 200, and those motherfuckers were vibing. Like they were
I didn't see a single
vibing.
person sitting down.
Yeah.
Everybody was on their feet in the entire arena, like the entire time.
Yeah.
Which usually I see like a mix of people sitting down,
Yeah.
standing up.
Same.
Like, some people are just there, like supporting their boyfriend or something that wants to go see him, and the chick's sitting down, feet hurt, whatever. Everybody last night that I saw was fucking up on their feet, just like having a good time vibing.
Yeah.
So
Same. Do you think it would have been, do you think it made a difference being on the floor, like versus being in the seats? Do you think you would have had the same experience being
no,
in section 100 as being on the floor?
no, not at all. Like, because we've seen artists where we've sat in the seats and just vibed out, had a good time. I felt like that concert in particular, like you have to experience it out
Yeah.
there on the floor. Like we didn't, we weren't there moshing with ASAP because he was, 10 feet behind us at the time. And that we even realized, what was going on. But that in itself, I mean, can you imagine like those people that are right there, like the story that they're telling this morning,
Yeah.
like that they were sitting there moshing with ASAP? I mean, I feel like that show was tailored to the people that were there on the floor.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I'm sure the other people that were sitting in the seats were having a good time too, but definitely like my first VIP experience was, it's gonna be hard to do another concert after this that's not VIP.
Yeah. Because you got to enter early, you got to get merch early, like VIP merch. That
The overall experience was better, like a
yeah.
VIP experience as opposed to like a regular experience, and really not that much more expensive if you really think
What do
about
you
it.
think
Like
about it? Yeah.
if you're getting like decent seats to like an ASAP concert, like where you're actually sitting down in section 100, you're probably talking like 250. Like we spent $400,
Yeah.
and it was, to me, it was worth it.
Yeah.
I want to know what you thought though, because you're not the biggest ASAP fan, and
I definitely think it was worth the experience. Would I pay $400 to see to see on the floor? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would, especially because given the experience, like I didn't have to wait in fucking line. That was or on a long line outside, which was the best part. When we showed them the VIP passes or whatever, that motherfucker was like, "All right, well, we're just gonna let y'all in through this little gate here, and if it doesn't work, they're just gonna send you right back out." So like not having to wait in that line with everybody, like already, I was like, all right, I can vibe with this shit.
mhm.
I can live with this. And then getting inside, getting first access to merchandise, getting first access to get on the floor, like being let in before all the other people. That was pretty cool. Um, it was the sitting around having the fucking wait part, right? For 2.5 hours. That part kind of sucked. Figuring out what you're gonna do. Like to me, I'm like, if I'm getting VIP merchandise, well then y'all should figure out some type of, which actually now that I think about it, we didn't have to hold our merchandise. They would have technically mailed it to the house, right? Like
Yeah, so that's for y'all that are going to this concert and do the VIP experience. You get some sort of VIP gift. It's yet to be seen on what it exactly it is, but they're gonna ship it to the house, and we'll see. I'm not expecting anything too crazy. Like it'd be dope if we got like a shirt, or I was telling you last night, like an ASAP towel.
towel would be cool.
Like a towel would be, not like a full fucking beach towel or something, just something that you can take to a concert,
Yeah.
fucking brush off the sweat. Like,
Yeah.
but also send me a record. I don't even care, to be honest with you. Just like the experience itself to me was worth it. I don't need like a VIP gift, but y'all better ship that shit.
It'll be here in 2 to 3 months. So
Dude, no joke, I'll probably forget about it, and
Yeah.
then 6 months from now I'll get it, and they'll be like,
it'll come
"Yeah,
around
thanks for
Christmas.
coming."
Yeah, it'll be here around Christmas time.
He's
But
just gonna ship everybody one of the bras that he gets from his fucking shows.
that would be fucking disgusting, ASAP. Please
Yeah.
don't send me any, especially from. Could you imagine getting a bra from like the Houston crowd or the San Antonio? Like if he did a show in San
The San Antonio crowd.
Bitches just parachuting in with their fucking bras and shit. So
Jesus.
huge. No. But honestly, it makes me want to experience VIP for a few other artists. Like if Kanye's stage wasn't so fucked up, like that's one where I would like to be on the floor. I'm trying to think like The Weeknd was an artist you named yesterday where I'm just like I'd probably pay good money to spend like floor seats for him, even though I know it's going to be a completely different experience, right? Like you're not about to be moshing at a fucking Weekend concert, but it'd be still just something that's awesome to see. That's where I'm like, going back to your earlier statement of you do feel like it made a difference being in the sections versus being on the floor. I would have to agree with that. Like this was an artist, in my opinion. There's a few artists where like him, Travis Scott, if I was gonna go see Kodak or somebody, like I would want to be on the floor because I know motherfuckers are gonna be going hard. Now, whether my back and knees can keep up with everybody else, that's another story. But like I would pay the money to go see like I'm not gonna lie, if Travis Scott came, I would probably spend VIP to experience what his floor section would be like. It'd have to be in an arena with a bunch of security guards in a controlled environment because I'm not going to see him at a music festival. But like,
You think they'll ever bring back Astroworld?
no, he ruined that.
I think there's a space for it. I think he could eventually bring it back.
Not him. Not Travis Scott.
Well, he's the only one that could bring it back.
Nah, there's plenty of other
that was his festival.
There's plenty of other Houston artists that could probably he took Astroworld from a fucking amusement park. Like the name isn't his, the festival part is his, right? And then the festival killed
The name is his now. That part closed down 20 plus years ago. Dude.
No, sir.
That name is his now.
Astroworld. If Beyonce wanted to release a fucking Astroworld album right now, literally the gays and the Beyonce fans would be all over that shit.
No,
and she would literally have a music festival.
She doesn't have the ties to Astroworld the way that Travis Scott does, though. When have you ever heard Beyonce talk about motherfucking Astroworld?
I don't listen to Beyonce
or even
like
Houston
that.
In general. You don't talk about Houston.
She talks about H-Town all the goddamn time.
Bro, come on. No, like Travis Scott is way more Houston than what fucking Beyonce is.
Nah.
Yes. Nah. Dude, his sound is just more Houston.
Do you not remember when Beyonce first came out? Destiny's Child sound? It was literally nothing but fucking Southern R&B. They sounded like they were from country girls from Houston.
Okay, so now we're going over the last 30 years worth of fucking music.
Well, we were talking about a park that closed down 25 fucking years ago.
No, and she's been New York ever since, dude. Like she's not New York, LA. She is not Houston anymore. Like let's you can say that Beyonce is a better artist, and I'm not going to argue with you on that, but you're not going to say that she's more Houston than fucking Travis Scott.
I wouldn't say more Houston, but I would say she reps Houston just as much as Travis Scott. You think Travis Scott still owns a home in Houston?
Travis Scott
in Houston?
Travis Scott definitely has more ties to Houston than what Beyonce does currently. Not to mention, when you think of
because she's further removed, she's older.
But you ask anybody what Astroworld is, and they're going to reference Travis Scott. That is
young people, yes, they are. But if you ask none of the fuckers Beyonce's age or my age, they're going to tell you about the amusement park that we all went to when we were kids.
Bro, no.
Yeah. Just because you learned of Astroworld through Travis Scott doesn't mean the rest of the world learned through
Dude, the rest of the world learned about Astroworld through Travis Scott because that shit was only relevant. The rest of the world did,
but the Houston, that's what I'm saying. The people in Houston.
So who put Astroworld on the map?
Who put Astroworld on? I would say Travis Scott.
Okay, then.
That wasn't the conversation. The conversation was who represents Houston more.
No. The original argument was Astroworld. I said, who are we bringing back? Astroworld? And you're like, nah, Astroworld can't be brought back by Travis Scott.
It can't be brought back because of what the motherfucker did. You can't have, what,
he
9 or 8
nothing.
people? They did a whole documentary series over this nigga. He didn't do nothing. He did do something.
No, he set up a
he set up a shitty concert environment. A shitty environment where motherfuckers could not get out. And like, I'm sorry, Dom. That's the way that works. Like, you're the artist. And if you watch the documentary, motherfuckers were screaming. They were like, "Hey, we're
bro.
having troubles over here. We're having issues over here,"
Tragedy, a
which he
tragedy,
acknowledged. He acknowledged.
a tragedy is a tragedy. You can't blame Jason Aldean for that shit that happened in Las Vegas. Nobody's blaming him.
Because
So,
it wasn't happening at, they didn't shoot at the actual fucking thing. They shot from a Mandalay Bay hotel into the crowd. Now that would be
but a
completely
tragedy is a
different.
tragedy.
No, a tragedy can be man-made too, or a tragedy can be just
But
that. It can be accidental.
Travis Scott didn't come out there and say, "Hey, I want y'all to start
You don't have
fucking
to.
raging."
If I have a step in my house that literally is a shitty step that looks like it's about to fall through, and then you come to my home and then fall through that fucking step, guess whose fault that was? It's mine.
I'm
Guess who's
suing.
gonna sue my homeowner's insurance?
I'm suing.
You are. Exactly, motherfucker.
I'm suing. Just because of this argument right now, I'm suing. Otherwise, I would have let that shit go. But no, like
He's not invited to my house, by the way.
well, not if you got shitty steps. But no, man. I didn't like when people blamed it on Travis back then, and I still don't like it now, to be honest with you. Like, because the thing is like you go to a concert, you don't expect those types of things to happen, but you also don't know what that artist means to somebody else. And when you're in an environment of people that like Travis Scott at that time, dude, had like the most
Yeah,
influence.
he was huge.
Like, so, you know, his fans are gonna rage. Like that's kind of what the theme is at his show. I feel like Travis Scott's like his shows are like a amplified rage of what an ASAP Rocky show is. Like ASAP Rocky's fans, you know, they rage, but they're not retarded.
I also feel like they were a little bit older. Like the Travis Scott fans that were all there at Astroworld that year, not all of them, but it was a lot of like young people, 21, 22-year-olds.
But also at the same time, dude, like if you got me standing in Houston for 20 minutes, I'm fucking about to pass out too.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like it's just fucking hot there, dude.
But that's where I go back to the only reason I place blame on Travis Scott is because the stage design. I've been to a plethora of music festivals. Never have I ever been boxed in by the way that the stage is set up. And that's when you look at the layout for Astroworld that year, that's exactly what it was. They had two compact areas where those people, I was about to say kids, those people literally had no entry slash exit way. Once you got in, you were trapped there. And that's where I'm like, if you as a freaking motherfucking artist are looking at the schematics, which I believe every artist does because you're looking at the stage setup for how your stage is, you should look and say, well, wait a minute. What like, hey, how are these people going to get out? Like if we're letting them all flow in through here, but then there's a barricade right there
But
that
there's a whole
separates
team of
everyone.
people
You're right. There is a whole team of
that's
people
supposed to handle that.
but you oversee all of those people. And that's where I
dude,
still,
like the
again,
fire marshal, the fire marshal for sure shows up and figures out like how to get people out of those spaces. Like, and if there was like a lapse in their judgment, I think that like if I'm Travis Scott, I'm worried about going out there and I'm putting on the best performance possible because that's what the people came to see. People didn't come to a concert in order to see like, hey, am I going to have a
and
good
that's
exit
but I'm
point?
sorry, that's the problem though. Like if you're as the artist only thinking about performing and you're not thinking about the aspect of other things, I feel like that's an issue because again, at the end of the day, they didn't sue the Houston Fire Department. They sued Travis Scott.
Well, who the fuck's got more money? Like
whose name was on the show? That's why you sued Travis Scott. It's Travis Scott's
nobody won anything though. Like obviously the case didn't go anywhere because like there was no case to be had. Like it is just like it's a tragic situation that happened, and it could literally happen at anyone. Didn't like Ariana Grande have like a bomb go off at one of her concerts?
She had a shooting at one of her concerts.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking nobody. If I saw anybody at an Ariana Grande concert that had a gun, bro, that is the craziest shit that I've ever seen in my life. Because I would not expect that at all, and you probably don't expect that as a fan that's going to see one of these artists. Like you're hyped. You're like, oh, I'm about to go see Travis Scott. I'm going to try to get as close to the stage as possible. And
there's a
tragedy strikes.
Again, that's all I'm gonna say. There's a difference between seeing someone in a controlled arena / stadium environment versus at a music festival. There just is.
Yeah, I mean, music festivals are definitely different. Like being outside just changes everything, really. But
because I was thinking about that in the pit yesterday. I was just like, damn, somebody did have a gun in here. Prime pickings. You're gonna shoot below. So like, those of us in this pit, we're gonna be
Isn't
fucked.
that crazy? That's what we think about.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we live in
little,
America,
yeah,
so that's that's the first thing I think about everywhere I go. I drop my child off at school, and I'm just like, "All right, baby, have a great day." Also, if school shooter comes in, remember what we've taught you: shut up, lay low, and if unfortunately someone else gets shot, you just cover yourself up in blood and try and stay hidden.
yeah. Damn, this fucking shit's getting
These are the
dark.
conversations that we have to have with our kids, people.
Let's go ahead and fucking change like that. To me, it just goes to show like how good ASAP, how good the show was last night. Because there was one chick that got pulled out of the crowd the entire night that
No,
I
there's
like.
2. Remember, there was, like, the one bitch that you helped
Oh yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
literally, like, picked her whole fucking body up because I was just standing there like, "I don't have the energy for this. I'm sorry."
Well, dude, I just thought I was like, dude, I couldn't imagine like if I felt like I was, and she looked like she was in rough shape
Yeah,
too.
she was.
So I mean, can't imagine like not getting help in those situations. I was like trying to wave down the fucking security guard for like a good 30 seconds. This motherfucker, I don't
Yeah.
even know what the fuck he was looking at, dude. Like this fucking that guy.
It's funny, though, because when I saw the second girl get like, pushed over the bar or whatever, pulled over, uh, out of the pit, it made me think about Michael Jackson and how they're always like, "People pass out at Michael Jackson concerts. He was that great," and this, that, and the other. I'm like, "Are we y'all niggas just passing out because it was fucking hot as fuck outside
That's
in
dude,
102
I've
degree
told you that.
weather?" And like,
I've told you that. I was like, dude, nobody has that level of star power to where you just see him and you're just like, I can't fucking breathe. I gotta pass out. Like, what it is these fucking dudes or these chicks are like in the middle of a fucking area where there is no room to breathe,
yeah,
dude. And especially if you're short.
bro,
If you're
yeah,
short, you are breathing in somebody's fucking hot ass air,
yeah,
like from their back. Like if you're
yeah.
just surrounded by people, you're just breathing in hot air the whole time. Luckily, I didn't have anybody in front of me last night that like where I was like not able to breathe. I was, one of the taller people, and it was great. But
Yeah.
at the Baby Keem concert, dude, I had a bunch of motherfuckers around me that were just as tall, and I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like, dude, get me the fuck out of here.
The
Like,
Baby Keem concert felt more like a music festival to me.
oh, dude, it was such a small venue, and it was like his fans go pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and
Again, though, they're very young.
young,
He has a
yeah.
lot of young fans. So that's where I'm like, I don't, because, like, let's be honest. If I got the chance to see like ASAP in 2014 or Kendrick
Oh,
in
would
2014
have
or
gone
like
crazy.
fucking, like, yeah, we would have been going crazy. I know for a fact I would have been trying to get like at least one fucking crowd surf in there so I could say like I've done it throughout my whole fucking life. You know, I'd have been in my 20s. Like I'd had nothing to lose. Drop me and then I'm fine.
Yeah,
Which it's funny now because I'm just like, I didn't have healthcare back then. So if you dropped me back then, I'd be fucked. Versus now I'd be fine. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think like overall, again, if I was rating the experience, I'd give him a B plus, A minus. Like I thought he did good. The only bad feedback I have was like the backtrack playing was like a little louder. So like it made it very aware. I'm like, you're rapping, yes, but you're also rapping to a backtrack. And
Hmm.
like that doesn't bother me really, because I mean your
Well,
live
his microphone
performances,
was
but
like a
a
megaphone. That
megaphone.
was
That was cool though.
it was dope.
That was
Like I
legit.
was like,
Especially because we were so close you could see the actual mic
yep,
where they had like constructed it to go into the megaphone and just stay there. So I was like, that's pretty fucking dope.
dude, he's just an artist, man. Like
Yeah.
that's what I appreciated the most about him. Just like the fashion last night, like came out like
Bro, yeah.
with a big jacket on. He had like the bandana on, the ski mask. Like that's how he started the show. And as the show progressed, he just like lost more and more
Took
clothing.
layers off.
Yeah. So I don't know, dude. It was just a really cool experience. But I wanted to ask, like, I don't think I've asked this at least in this episode. I know I've asked it to you outside of this. Do you think that his stock was hurt by taking that 8-year layoff?
I do. I think, and I know we've talked about this previously. I think anytime you take that much time away, like it iron sharpens iron. So like I think it's hard when you as an artist haven't, and I don't like, let me not say that because that motherfucker could have been developing and writing music the whole time that he was gone. But like I'm just thinking like I haven't given Don't Be Dumb a full listen through, but just from the tracks that I did hear, like not much of it was that different than Testing to me. And I think I told you that. I was like, I wasn't a huge fan of Testing because Testing seems so drastically different than like at Long Live ASAP and some of the previous albums that he had done. So that's where I'm just like, I feel like if there had been something that was maybe dropped between like 21, 22, and then we had Don't Be Dumb. Uh, but here's the thing. I'm saying all that. I don't feel like motherfuckers missed a beat. Like last night, I got literally everything that I fully expected, and it was packed in there. So like, he still has the fan base for a place like Austin, of all places, too, right? Like, this isn't like the hip hop central of the world. Like, so I didn't expect it to be as jam packed as what it was there. Even though I know some motherfuckers came from like San Antonio, I came down from Dallas. Um, so like maybe it didn't hurt his stock, right? Like to me, I think musically or creatively, I the album didn't give what I needed it to give, but that's just my one opinion. Obviously, the 18,000 motherfuckers that were there last night felt something, and the album gave them something because, like I said, it didn't matter if you were in section 300 on the pit, like motherfuckers were vibing the entire 2 hours that he was there, or hour and a half, however long it was that he performed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that that's a bad perspective, but I think the expectations going into Don't Be Dumb, at least for me in particular, were like a little bit higher.
Hmm.
I felt like Testing was his best album to date. Um, and that's just my opinion. I thought that the track list on that was better than, Long Live ASAP or At Last. So it is what it is. I think though that his performance last night encapsulates everything that he's done thus far, though, because it
Yeah.
was you could tell the production was on point. Everything had a rhyme and a reason. Like
Yeah.
it felt like we were part of like a cinematic experience
Yeah.
more than just like a concert. Um, so with that, I think that ASAP didn't necessarily lose as much stock as what rap in general lost stock because I feel like ASAP is
Interesting.
always pushing that bar and like influencing other artists. Um, and when he was not there, other artists started going in their own lane, and which is kind of refreshing. Like I don't want to see everybody just ripping off one artist,
Yeah.
but I feel like he definitely influenced a lot of people.
Yeah. Do you think there was anything in particular that stood out last night? Like, was there a highlight for you? Like, obviously, like I said, I live for the old ASAP. So when he kicked into LSD, I like damn near lost it.
LSD was dope, but like this is just my opinion, and it may be a bad one. I'm so sick of the like artists like getting up on like a little platform and going 10 to 15 feet up.
I think that only works if you're a singer. Like, I feel like
I don't think it
only if
works at
you're,
all.
I think only if you're like an Adele or somebody that's gonna just stand there and sing in front of me. Then because I don't really like at that point, I've only just stood here and watched you sing. So like, cool, you've risen up to 10 to 15 feet. Now I get to watch you on a higher platform. Maybe that's a little cool. But for a motherfucker that's been jumping around the stage that had the like to me, it felt
You
like
came in on a helicopter,
on a
bro.
helicopter, right?
Like
And
if
then
you're gonna get up and you're gonna be on like some sort of platform above the crowd, do that.
get back on the helicopter.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
back on the helicopter and ride that bitch off into the sunset to end the show.
Oh, that would have been nice
And bro,
actually.
like that's the way to do it in my opinion. But uh, as far as like one thing that stood out to me last night that made the experience better, I think that even though I wasn't a part of like him moshing in the crowd, to me that's classic ASAP. That's like that shows, dude. I'm close to a billionaire.
Yeah.
If you factor in the fact that he's married to Riri, you are a billionaire, and you're still out here. You're staying true to who you've always been. Like to me, that's a dope experience.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's got to be 36, 37 by now.
Oh shit.
I
Okay,
can
he's
try to
young.
look it up, but
Because there's no way. I'm sorry. Like I get to that level, I just couldn't see me coming out in the middle of the crowd like that. Like, and maybe that's just my ego, but like I'd be thinking way too many things. I'm like, motherfuckers could stab me in here. Like,
it's pretty unlikely that anybody's gonna like any cause any real physical harm just because he's got so good. Like you don't do those things and like not have it in like a controlled environment.
yeah,
Like you've got security there ready to fuck curb stomp somebody if they start acting crazy. But
Shit, the way his fans were last night, they would have curbed somebody if they fucking tried to attack him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's dope about ASAP fans, dude. Like they really ride for him. 37 years old.
Oh damn.
October 3rd.
He's not that much older than us. Then he's only 5 years, 4 or 5 years older than me.
Yeah, 29 when testing, released in 2018. Yeah, but I mean, after this album, do you think that there's gonna be like more ASAP projects, or you think he's just gonna take the Rihanna route and just be a dad?
Nah, I definitely think he. Well, I don't know though. 8 year gap. That's a very long time. So that's where I'm just like, I was about to say, nah. I think
But he did tell us last night that he had 2 unreleased
unreleased
tracks.
song, yeah, and they
Yeah,
played those 2
yeah,
unreleased
they
tracks,
were
so
dope.
that's where I'm like, I would imagine he's still making music. Like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I believe that there's a bunch of reasons Rihanna probably doesn't wanna do music anymore, and, like, probably good reasons, because of the shit she was probably put through in the industry. I don't know that ASAP had that same type of upbringing, like, I don't know that he had the same type of, like, relationship to the music industry that somebody like Rihanna had, so I could see him.
Is he independent? Is he an independent artist?
Is he? I thought.
I mean, I feel like he has to be. There's no fucking record label that's gonna let him take 8 years off.
Unless it was in between contracts.
Mhm.
Oh, RCA Records.
RCA, but his career is closely tied to ASAP Worldwide.
Yeah. RCA would be the major label record then.
Mhm.
And I mean, here's the thing. Like, the motherfucker's going to go on tour. The album may not sell all the way out, but like, touring is where artists make most of their money anyway. So if I'm a record label, if you need 5 years, you need six. Like, I guarantee you, whoever Rihanna is signed with, they don't give a shit that she's been gone for 12 or 13 years. Moment she comes out and is like, hey, I think I want to do another album, they're going to literally dust off the dust and be like, let's get this back in the studio so we can get her hits rolling out the way that we always have. So
The
that's
only
where I'm
thing
just
is,
like,
dude, I hate when artists take that long off because when they do come back, everybody's like, "Ah, that shit. Oh, we waited that long for
yeah.
this." Like everybody kind of just shits on it, but you know, I if she ever does come back, I think her album's gonna be dope, but we'll
See,
see.
she's someone that I would probably like. Arian would want to go see Rihanna. I'm like, I'd pay money to see her. I wouldn't go pay floor seats because it's a Rihanna concert. So like, it's not like they're about to be doing crazy shit. But like, I'd pay decent money to go see Rihanna. I'd pay decent money.
So like if ASAP disappeared like tomorrow, do you think his music would be missed more or the influence that he has on like the culture?
I guess not having been as big as a fan, I'm missing the influence part. Like I know there's beef, or not even beef necessarily, but I know there's always been artists that, like, I know they say Travis Scott has stolen his flow. I know they said Drake tried to steal his flow at some point, which I don't know, I feel like they sound drastically different. So
It sounds drastically different, but Drake has had like moments in which he's like tried to rip off the fashion, tried to rip off like the flow. So
that I kind of see. That I can
um
see.
but if I'm ASAP, dude, like I wouldn't even really address it anymore after this album because to me you're winning on all aspects, minus the fact that Drake is still considered to be the biggest artist in the world. Like we were sort of hoping that the whole Kendrick feud would kind of drop his stock a little bit and he wouldn't have the type of pull that he does, but the Billboard Hot 100 fucking pushed this motherfucker over Michael. And just goes to show
Technically,
that some people cared about I think real rap fans cared about the beef and they recognize who won, but overall people did not care because if they're going to let fucking shut the fuck up Janice go to number 1, yeah, I can't help you there.
which I do want to just point out that again, Drake has a bunch of featured number ones too that they count. So it's not like his 14 number ones were just him by
Unfortunately, it
himself.
doesn't matter. Like, it just I
But
can't
if
believe
that's
it.
the case, then Michael Jackson has 17 because it should matter that the 4 that he has with his brothers went to number 1. So,
Here's the thing. Michael Jackson is a better artist than Drake. Like, we can go ahead and just put that to bed. Like, it doesn't matter what shows up on a Billboard Hot 100 chart. Like, Taylor Swift is on top right now with a fucking Toy Story song.
Jesus.
So, to me, like, that shit doesn't matter. But like, what would like keep me awake at night is if ASAP Rocky took the chick that I told the entire world that I was in love with, fucked my baby mama, and then is, in my opinion, and in the opinions of a lot of other people, is a more creative artist. Probably doesn't have, him alone doesn't have as much money as what
Drake
Drake
had.
does, but him and the chick that Drake was in love with, you know,
Got more than Drake.
exactly.
And not to be, I'm gonna be honest. Once you hit like a certain threshold with money, like the shit's all the same. Like you're buying all the same shit. It doesn't matter. I can purchase a yacht. You can purchase a yacht. I can purchase a hotel or a house that's on Fifth Avenue in fucking Manhattan on the 100th floor. You can purchase a house. So like, to me, once they get to a certain status, like the money doesn't even cool. You were
ASAP
750.
looks like a better dad too. Just
Yeah. I was about to say.
go ahead and throw that out there. Like,
I do see a lot of pictures of him with their 2 kids.
yeah,
So
it's three
I
now,
just
right?
started for seeing Adonis after Pusha T brought him to the forefront.
Well, not even Pusha T. Like that. I mean, he was hidden from the world again, and then Kendrick re-brought it out and was like, "You're a shitty dad." And then Drake was like, "No, I'm not. He's in a music video." Like,
That's right. He did put him in his music video.
but yeah, I mean, that was one of the big talking points on this album too, is that ASAP took quite a few shots at Drake.
So I guess that's where, to go back to your original question, I'm like, I don't know that I see the influence that ASAP has had necessarily on the industry. That doesn't mean that the motherfucker hasn't had it. I just, again, not being as privy to it, like, I don't know that I've seen it as much. So that's where for me, I was like, if he disappeared tomorrow, I would think that his music would be missed the most because that's what I'm more accustomed with. Like, that's what I listen to essentially is the music. I don't know. And again, I'm trying to think of like artists where I'm just like, oh yeah. Like to me, when I think of like influence, I can look at Cuddy, I can look at this motherfucker, I can look at quite a few people, and I'm like, y'all took a little bit of influence from Kanye, whether you give him the
Oh,
credit or
dude.
not. But like this whole psychedelic rap thing and all of that came to be. It wasn't created by Kanye West, but it came to the mainstream because of a lot of the
Was
work that he
influenced
was
by
doing.
Kanye at the
Yeah, it was
time. Like
heavily influenced by
yeah,
Kanye. So that's where
Kanye
I'm
really
like,
brought the singing rap like to the forefront. Like, because before that, it was like everything was like club music.
yeah,
Like when we were growing up, everything was like in the club or back that ass up, like drop it like it's hot. Like those are all like club songs.
good hits though.
Yeah, taking nothing away from any of those songs. But then Kanye came in.
Yeah.
Kanye came in and changed the whole game and like influenced an entire generation of what you're hearing now.
Yeah. And so that's where I'm just like, and that's not to say ASAP doesn't have that, but like it would be younger guys that I'm probably just not listening to. And so that's where I'm like, for me, the motherfucker disappeared tomorrow. I'm going to miss the music. Like, great, you had influence on all these other motherfuckers, but like, I'm going to miss the actual music that you produce and created because I do think he's a very creative individual. That would like actually, that would be what I miss the most.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you on that. I mean, I think that like if we go to the origin of what we're listening to nowadays, it all points back to Kanye, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I do think that ASAP took what Kanye gave us and twisted it a little bit and did it in a unique way. Like, dude, I was never somebody who listened to like any New York rap. Like, I
Yeah.
respected some of it, but never was like, oh, this is the best genre, or this is the best region where rap comes from.
Because New York rap wasn't really in like it wasn't what we hear today from like ASAP Rocky, right? It was
Dude, it's like Mob Deep, Immortal
Mob D, the
Technique,
Jay
like
Z's of the world,
yeah,
the
Jay
Nas
Z,
of the world. It
Nas,
was,
like
yeah,
yeah, like hard hitting, fucking like lyrical, which is all really really good shit. But ASAP turned it around and like made it fun,
yeah.
like But
Well, he made it feel good too,
yeah,
which is important.
yeah, man. It was I don't know. I'm super glad that we had the experience, and I don't know if there's going to be another artist that has a live performance that affects me this year than what that did. And that's saying a lot because we're about to see Kanye too. Like, but we don't know what we're going to get with Kanye. Like, is it going to be Kanye that comes out there and just performs and puts all of the greatest hits out there? And, we just live in that experience because, like, I mean, that's the one artist for you and I that we've always said we have to see him before it's
Yeah.
done. And July 4th is our opportunity.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is like the equivalent to me of what I would feel like going to see Michael Jackson. Like
Ooh,
I truly think unless he just goes crazy and goes on a long ass rant and doesn't perform, I'm like
there's going to be a rant.
I truly think we're about to get like a genius level performance. Like I think the stage setup's going to be great, all that stuff, but I just I don't know, I'm just imagining him launching into like power through the wire, stronger, like there and that's just it. I'm like there's so much fucking Kanye that I'm trying to figure out like where are you even going to go with this? Like are am I getting
He's not as much
graduation?
like
Am I
Jesus Kanye anymore.
he isn't. So that's where I'm just like, I don't think I'm not about to be listening to a gospel session, right? Necessarily.
Bro,
So
do not give me shit off vultures. I'll tell you that right now. I will be fucking. I'll
he
be.
just plays Donda the whole time.
Dude, Donda's better than vultures in my opinion. Like, do not give me anything off vultures. Like, but I mean, if you come out there and you play Runaway for me, bro, that's all I
That's
need to hear.
that's got to be how we end it, in my opinion. Like
It's
I feel like that's like the perfect end to a Kanye concert.
yeah. Which I'm hoping that you have to play that if you're Kanye though. Like you got to play that. You got to play like an All of the Lights. You got to play
Power better be in there. I'll be
Power. You
pissed.
you have to like you got to play Jesus Walks. Like
Yeah,
in my opinion, you got to play like a Stronger. You got to play like a Heartless. Like just these iconic moments throughout your career. You got to throw those in there. And
yeah,
I think that's what ASAP did really well.
yeah,
Is these iconic songs that came out. You knew as soon as he was playing like a classic because the crowd erupted.
yeah.
We've had enough time to listen to these songs. We've loved these songs for, better part of 15 years. You know, it's it's kind of cool how these artists are able to basically tell their entire story in
Yeah,
just
through their
one night of a
discography.
tour.
Yeah,
But
we'll see. And of
yeah,
course, we'll be here live. Let's talk about it the next fucking day.
yeah. I mean, we're definitely gonna have a good episode for you guys. Hopefully, I mean, I think what we should try to commit to right now is just giving the actual experience whenever we go on these little tours. Like,
Same.
and I think we're gonna be honest when it comes to Kanye too. Despite our,
I'm gonna glaze the fuck out of this
yeah,
performance. Y'all just better be ready. I'm gonna come back and tell you it was cloud nine. You pretty much walked on water the whole time.
that's if this motherfucker shows up because he did not show up in Rolling Loud 2022, and I'm
Don't
still a
put
little
that
salty
fucking
about
energy
it.
out there, man.
They threw this man Kid Cudi out there and had people throwing bottles and shit at him, only for Kanye to be on the other stage. Like once they closed because Cudi came out and people started throwing shit at him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna walk off if you guys keep doing this." Well, people
I still feel
threw
like
shit
that
at
part
him.
of that was staged.
People say that it was Kanye
Yeah.
that he got people to go out into the crowd and just throw shit at him.
I believe it because I'm just like, in what world because do you think Kanye still would have came out had Cuddy gone through his entire set list?
I think Kanye didn't even want Cudi to be there, like replacing him.
Yeah.
I think when he pulled out, he just expected Roland Loud to be like,
We're
"Sorry guys, we
canceling it
can't
this year.
match that," and just leave that spot open for the night. And then he would have fucking made some sort of performance on an empty stage, and then just had the people like. Kanye is the most egotistical maniac in the world, and I love him for it. But Yeah, I think he was pissed. Like his relationship with Cudi at the time too wasn't great. So like Rolling Loud kind of fucking did him dirty by like replacing him with Kanye
with
or
Kid
with
Cudi.
Cudi. So,
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
but yeah, please show up. I know you got to go to fucking shithole San Antonio, but just please show up because that's the only reason. That's the only way you're gonna get me to go back there.
I will always be in San Antonio. I love it. I love the people. I love our city and the Spurs. Go Spurs,
Nick
go!
Knicks in 6.
You bastard.
I've always been a Knicks fan since this year. So, but all right, yeah, let's go ahead and tie this one up. Yeah, oh yeah, you said you gave it like a B plus A minus. I'm gonna give it like an A minus too. I think I think that it deserves all the recognition. If you're thinking about going to this concert, you definitely should if you can still get tickets.
Don't be dumb.
See ya.